This footage is of the Russian forces seemingly doing clearing operation within the city of Siversk, and we can see the soldiers going into the buildings, maybe going through. This one is an entrance to the underground bunker or air raid shelter, and it looks like the Russian soldiers is like trying to clear it. The two soldiers, one looks around, checking out for drones. The other one, calling into the people inside the bunker or the air raid shelter to come out. And honestly, this looks like an old person. Looks like it's a civilians, probably waiting for the Russian soldiers to so-called liberate them. Because there are Ukrainian folks that wants to go to the Russian side, and of course the other Ukrainians that do not want to go to the Russian side has probably already evacuated from the front lines towards the west, maybe towards Kiev or towards Lviv. You can see more of these civilians, perhaps, uh, yeah, looking around, and you see the Russian forces, continue to clear. And it's important. It's interesting to note, they work in twos, and clearly a sign of how the war has evolved. That they just cannot have more than too many people together, like 3, 4,
Город
5.
Северск под нашим контролем. Мы находимся в здании городской администрации. Победа будет за нами.
As of now, Siversk city is now confirmed captured. We have confirmed this through multiple geolocations of Russian forces all over Siversk in our DPA's mapping. This is one of those insane videos where you can see that the spiders have taken over the forest in the Kupiansk front. No, I'm just joking. Is Sherlock. No, I'm still joking. It's just FPV drones. You can see all the fiber optic wires all over the place, totally shrouding the entire forest. Is insane. It's just how much fighting that actually happened that we did not even see it at all. So imagine fighting in such a situation where FPV drones and optic drones are everywhere. This is the footage from the Ukrainian 68th Jaeger Brigade. What is more important than the drone strikes is actually the weather. Check out the heavy snowstorm kind of situation. The weather is horrible, and this is the kind of current climate or weather that the soldiers on both sides are now have to fight in. This is in the Pokrov front, by the way. This is one of the viral videos that had went around the internet. The SBU of the Ukrainian side has released the video of their surface drone attack on the so-called Russian Shadow Fleet tanker, the Dashan. So this is a bit of a controversy because the ship don't belong to Russia, and it is going to Russia. It's going allegedly going to Novorossiysk, but striking a non-combatant country's ship, yeah, this is definitely in the gray zone. Things is not so straightforward, or not so straightforward when you start to attack this kind of shipping. So imagine Russia starting to strike container ships containing any Ukrainian shells or equipment. That's going to be an international problem. So this Ukrainian soldier, I cannot actually put the actual audio because they put the music on it. But yeah, so the Ukrainian soldier lamented on how the entire city is totally broken, but there are still civilians that live here and do not want to evacuate, and the Ukrainian soldiers say that they cannot even force them, and the soldier would not be allowed to travel if they did not have the permission, probably to go out of the city. This is a separate footage. This is at Minohrad. Just now that one is in Konstantinivka. The Minohrad is the major city next to Pokrov that is currently, according to the Russians, encircled. So These are alleged footage of the Ukrainian soldiers that was holding out in Minohrad, surrendering to the Russian forces. Clearly, you can see that they are sort of surrendering to the drones rather than getting captured by Russian soldiers immediately. Ukrainian side continued to do strategic bombing through drones, and this is one interesting footage. Yeah, as you can see, a drone hit a residential building. But I don't think the Ukrainians aim for it. I think this is probably maybe technical failure, maybe electronic warfare, or maybe it got shot along the way and then it lost its bearings and yeah, unfortunately hitting a civilian building. As mentioned, the strategic bombing continues from Ukraine on Russia, and this is at Osk. This plant that got hit is allegedly part of the military industrial complex for Russia. The Ukrainian 5th Assault Brigade has claimed to be the first in military history to use a ground combat robot or ground drone to destroy a armored vehicle. And on this point, this is the Russian one. By the look of it, this looks like a tank with the porcupine armor that is they claim to have destroyed it. I can't really tell from the video footage. Honestly, this is just a heavy machine gun. I seriously doubt that they have the power to actually take out an entire main battle tank. But who knows? Maybe the Ukrainians are right. They actually destroyed the whole tank. By the way, I added the sound effect for entertainment purposes. The actual footage have no sound. This footage is from the Ukrainian 33rd Separate Assault Brigade. Allegedly, this is a Russian attack going in the direction of the Propilia, which I believe is the Hoyai-Pole direction. And you can see the shelling came, the Ukrainian artillery started to shell the Russian forces immediately, I guess, and then there's also an ambush when they spot the Russian forces. This is also why I say during the situation report that without a strong or forward operating base which can support the operation, going out is pretty suicidal. This is a series of video clips coming out from the Ukrainian 81st Air Mobile Brigade of them hitting Russian logistics. So according to their tweet or their caption to this video, they say that logistics is important, but destroying enemy logistics is more important, which I can't really argue about that. But I still think logistics is important. Yeah, so maybe more important than destroying the enemy logistics. This is a very interesting video footage of a Leopard 2 A4 tank from the 155th Separate Mechanized Brigade from Ukraine, where it's operating at the Pokrov front. Just check out how far the tank have to travel from its base to the front line. This is the most important thing you should keep a lookout for. This is what I mean by for the operating base. They can't be near to the front, and there is, however, also a range limit on how far the tank or the units, armored vehicles, infantry can go to go on an attack on a daily basis. So that is the limit that every unit on the sites have to face.